What's up, guys? It's your boy KlasiqueTV in the building once again, and welcome back to another So You Want to Be a Sprite Animator. It's been way too damn long. Way too long. I missed you guys. And it's nice doing one of these videos again. But anyways, this time around, I want to at least, stay around, the 20, maybe 25-minute range. I don't want to go like almost an hour like I did last time. So I don't want to try, sorry, I can't speak, to overwhelm you guys with, talking too much or staying on one topic for too long. So before I start, I just want to do a little recap of the last tutorial. So we went over setting up our stage and organizing our layers. We briefly went through how to import sprites and, set them up. And that was just like what I went throughout that whole video. And hopefully some of you guys, really like followed through to me. Maybe I wasn't a little clear, maybe I was confusing, but I tried my best. So what I'm gonna go over in today's video is I want to slightly touch up more on importing. I want to go over animating poses and moving characters, and that's it for today. So with that being said, let's get it started. So before I start everything, I'm going to be animating with this right here, your boy Terry. And for some of you guys that are curious where to get them, if you want to use them for this tutorial, go ahead and do that. This is from SNK versus Capcom, match of the millennium for the Neo Geo Pocket. You can grab Terry. It's on spritedatabase.net, and you can grab him and do whatever you want to do. Follow me at this tutorial and whatever. So first things first, like I said, I want to touch up on this exporting. So what I did last time, same thing, just click the background, go to select, and go to select similar. Press delete, and it deletes all of that same color. Alright, so what I'm going to import today is his idle pose. I've never really played the game, so I'm not really sure if I will be doing it exactly how the game is, but I'm just going to do what feels right to me. So I'm going to import these. And when you import sprites, it's not kind of like what I did in the last tutorial, because I only did it with Sandbag. He doesn't have a lot of sprites. If you're doing something that's multiple sprites, it's you have to not upload, but import the whole thing. So I'm gonna copy, and then I'm gonna go to here because I already set this up for you guys, and paste. And by the way, I have remade this whole thing all over again because I totally forgot to save it after the last tutorial. So yeah, it took me a while to get that done. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna trace the bitmap. Like I said, you want to trace the bitmap for characters, so you always have that, crisp type thing. So what you do now for characters that you obviously want to animate, get into the good stuff, you want to go up here and go inside the movie clip, obviously, like I did, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 poses. So that means you need 5 keyframes. So if I do this right, nope, I didn't do it right. Should be, whoops, should be empty. Okay, I suck at this. Let me just left click this instead. I mean right click. Convert to blank keyframes and make sure they're blank. And what you want to do after that is turn on your onion skin. And what I personally do is I make sure this is here and this is always the last one. So when you move it, you always see the frame before. So in this case, I'm going to highlight or grab the rest that I have, and then I'm going to cut them. So Control X, which is to cut. All right, and then I'm gonna align that. All right, and then I'm going to go to the next frame, and on that next frame I'm going to paste it again. All right, and then I'm going to just, you know, do the same thing over and over. So yeah, I'm going to align that, do the same thing. I'll probably just, you know, time lapses if anything. Okay, now that I'm done with animating this, let's see how it looks. Okay, it's a little too quick and it looks a little too jagged for my taste. So let's go back and like look at it slowly. Yeah, you see that he's actually like kind of sliding. He's not really like aligned. Yeah, he's aligned because I did, you know, this, but he's not aligned to, you know, himself, if you get what I'm saying. So let me go to the second frame. This is where the onion skin comes in. So you want to zoom in as close as you can, and then use shift and then the arrow keys to move around the characters. So when you zoom as close as you can, 1, 2, usually moving over 2 times is about 1 frame, not 1 frame, my bad, 1 pixel. And what I like to do is especially when it comes to like idle animations, I want to try to keep the feet aligned together. So I have his left foot aligned there, so it looks okay. And same thing with this frame. Shift and align that there. Same thing with this one. Shift, align that there, and then shift and align that here. So it should look right. So let me zoom out and let me just go back and move it slowly. So yeah, it should look right. So let me play that. Okay, and it's kind of quick, so let me show you what it looks like. So have this sprite, take that, align that to the middle of the stage just to get it in the camera if this thing would like to work. Oh, there's something wrong with this computer. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna make sure this snaps. Whoops. Make sure this snaps to sandbags, like not really feet, just like the same as him. Why is this? Okay. All right, so I want to scale that, so I'm going to Control-Alt-S, and I'm going to scale that to 150. See how that looks. Okay. So yeah, that's I like that. All right, so 150, and oh yeah, I also added rails in the background, and I changed the foreground thing to like a pole, so it's more realistic in the city. So I'm gonna slightly put him behind that, so you guys can see the depth behind it or whatever. Well, he doesn't have to exactly be. All right, so show that he's behind it. All right, so I'm going to export that, Control Enter, and whoa, he's looking mighty fast. You don't want that. So how you fix that is go into the movie clip and you extend the frames. So I added frames before so I could be able to make the whole animation, right? So to extend them, you have to forget what it's called. If I was to left click, I would insert frame, but I'm using my shortcut. My shortcut is different. It could be different on yours. You really want to learn your shortcuts on the computer. It'll make animating so much faster. But anyways, I'm gonna add like 2 frames for each. So altogether, it will be 3 frames. So 1, 2, 3, and then the next one, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So I'm gonna play that. Okay. And now that I did that, I actually noticed something. It doesn't look complete. It doesn't look complete at all, actually. So if you do that, he just looks like he's just like, I don't know, like he's struggling to do something. I don't know. But yeah, once you do that, since I noticed that it doesn't look complete, and I've actually played King of Fighters, so I know his idle stance isn't like that. What can I do? Let's do. Okay. I'm gonna highlight these. I'm going to right click, go to copy frames, and then here I'm going to paste. So I paste the same exact frames that were from these three frames. These three keyframes, I should say. So if you do that, and it just starts back up. It's just a loop. But with these three, I'm gonna right click again, and I'm gonna go to where is it? Reverse frames. Okay. So this is what's gonna happen. This is what I did, I should say. I went and did that, and now he's going back to his idle stance. So the reason why I did these three and not this like that is because when you do these, this is the last one that you would have left off of. So when you pasted these three, it's obviously these three. All right, so the first frame, if you would have did that as well, the first frame would have been doubled. So it would have, instead of being 3 frames, it would have been 6 frames instead. So that's why I just did these 3. So yeah, he goes like that, and then he moves back to his, not default, but his first frame. So this is how it should look, like that. And that looks much more smoother, all right? I'm pretty sure all you guys can agree with me on that. Just look at that. 30 frames of, well, not 30 frames, but 30 frames per second goodness. So yeah. All right, so I'm also going to import his walking sprites. I believe these are right here. Okay guys, so yeah, something happened with the program, so I had to like restart it. So yeah, copy, paste. Hopefully it works this time. Okay, it worked. So yeah, let's do the same thing here. Align, modify, trace the bitmap, and oh yeah, add your frame. So there's 3 poses, so you add 3 of those. Empty keyframe. Let me see. Just gonna do it manually. Whoops. Do it manually. Empty key. God damn it. Where is it? Do the other one. All right. So I'm gonna make sure I go in between. And all right, center this. And go to the next frame. Do the same thing. All right. Oops. All right. So same thing really as last time. You play it. It's a little too fast because it's only 3 frames. But yeah, you play it and it looks all wacky and out of place. So we have to fix that. So whoops. So what I like to do is when it comes to running sprites and walking sprites, I usually like to follow the way the feet are and how the face aligns, because when you're walking, your face is going to be the same. Like you'll get it once I do it, but your face is always going to be the same while you're walking. So I align it to the foot and the face. So all right, so I'm gonna zoom in as much as I can, and all right, so I'm going to make sure the feet line up, and then I'm gonna look at the face. See the tip of his hat is here. So you want this right here to match up with this. So I'm gonna push that over, and that's good. So go to the frame before. It's that, and now it's that, and that. All right. So do the same thing for the next one. I'm gonna align it with the feet first, and then I'm gonna, just to make sure it's level, and then I'm going to, and then I'm going to align it with his face, or in this case his hat. Makes sense. All right, so everything should look good. Okay. And let's see. I'm not going to use this sprite now, so we'll worry about this later. I'm just going to delete that for now, but it will be in my fireworks objects. I'm assuming, yep, that one. And that's the idle. Just press play to, you know, review it. Yeah, so the other pose, not pose, but the other animation I want to do is his run animation, which is this. All right, so I'm going to import that. And for this, I'm just gonna time lapse it. It's gonna be the same exact thing I did with the walking sprite. So I'll be with you guys shortly. Okay, what's up guys? Yeah, what I forgot to tell you guys before, if you use the free transform tool, it will actually help you better align stuff because you can see the black line going around. So this would help me to align to the foot, so they're both, you know, at the same level, and then I can, you know, match it up with his face slash hat, and everything will be dandy. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna time lapse the rest of this, and I'll be with you shortly. Alright guys, so I just finished animating his run, and anything else that I might animate in this video or in any future videos, I'm just gonna time lapse. So now I'm just gonna explain, you know, movement with the characters. So I'm just gonna do it the simple and easy way with sandbag first, just to show you guys, you know, how movement works and like the basics of it, and then I'm gonna show you how to do it with moving, kind of, you know, living, breathing, you know, sprite, so you can see how to transition from idle animation to a walk, and then, you know, anything else. So I'm gonna go to my sandbag, and you don't have to start at this number, but I usually, I don't know, this seems like a decent amount, like a full second in, and then it starts. So I'm gonna make a keyframe. Whoops. I'm gonna make a keyframe where sandbag is. All right, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna move sandbag towards Terry, have him turn around, and then walk off screen. All right, so how we can achieve that is by making another keyframe, just like farther down. So we want, let's see, we want sandbag to move here. So obviously, as you can see, it's just sandbag here, and then he just teleports. But that's not how animation works. So what you can do is click in between both of these and right click it and create motion tween. All right, and you see how there's like this little like onion skin looking thing right here? That's actually the character itself moving. That's the program just moving the character for you without you doing it manually. Because what you can do, which is also a lengthy process, is you can do it literally like frame. Yeah, I really need to like remember that. All right, so you can also do it frame by frame, you know, like that, move it like that and like that, whatever. But no, we don't want to do that. Me, I'm a guy that's all about simplicity. And that's too much work. Unless I was drawing, I have to do it frame by frame. Yeah, I would do it that way. But for this, we're just going to do it like this. So let me just play it. And that looks pretty decent. I actually like that. So once you move, you can stop, right? So I'm going to make him turn around. So I want to make him turn around, I don't know, here. So I'm going to add another keyframe right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn him around. So for me, I have this transform key set up so that I can make him turn around with control and my right arrow. But you can also do the same thing by going into I believe it's modify, transform, and then flip vertical. Nope, I lied. It's it's flip what's it called? Flip horizontal. So yeah, I'll do that for you so you can see. Transform, flip horizontal, and yeah. So that's what you want. So you have sandbag moving, he stops, he turns around, and then let's say about here, well, here, you want sandbag to start moving again, and you could do the same thing. So just pick two different points. I don't know why this is acting up. I'm using a tablet. My tablet has been acting up lately. But yeah, anyways, I want to move them off screen. And how you do that is literally move them off the screen, which is this that I covered in the last video, and motion tween in between that. So create motion tween, and let's see how that looks. All right, that was pretty decent. So just in case, let's say we did it like that. The shorter the tween is in the middle, the faster the character will go. So if I play it, it looks like he's practically running off screen, and it goes even faster the shorter you make it. So the longer the distance you make on the stage where your character, so from here all the way to here, it's not that far of a distance, but it's not that short of a distance. It's like in between. So the shorter you make it on the timeline, the faster it'll go. But the longer you make it on the timeline, the slower it'll go. So I'll use that, like, I don't know, here or something. See how that looks. Okay. So then for me personally, when a character goes out of the screen, I like to just put a blank keyframe there. So I put a keyframe and just press delete. So if you play it all the way, it'll show him going there, stopping, turning around, and then going out of the screen, and it'll just replay. And I'm gonna add some more frames here just so it lasts a little bit longer. Okay, so now that I've done that, that's just the basics of how you would move a sprite. You could do the same thing with moving up and down, diagonal. It's the same thing. But yeah, let me show you how to do that with, like I said earlier, kind of sort of living, breathing sprite. So we have Terry, and let's do the same thing with him. So we're gonna make a frame right there, And actually, since he has a walking animation, it's a little bit different. So this part right here is going to be his idle stance, and then this is going to be his walking animation here. So what I like to do, I don't remember if I covered it in the last video or not, but when it comes to sprites, I like to go down to, click on the sprite, and then go to swap, and go to the sprite that you want to swap it to. So this will pretty much align it or keep it the same the same size that I scaled it to. So I'll zoom in, and since I have my onion skin on, I can kind of see the shadow in the background. But in case everything looks too, I guess, too out there for you, you can always go to your backgrounds and click this eye, so it hides everything that you have. So I would go to stage, delete the eye, delete the water, delete the background, and that's just my raw stage, and it makes it easier to see what you're doing. So what you can do is align this up here, make sure everything is good. Sometimes you have to really pay attention. So for me, what I would do here is, okay, I would see if that looks natural, because that looks pretty okay right there. So I would go here, here, and then yeah, that looks pretty natural transition. So what you may notice is when you use a movie clip, this is actually animated. So when you see it here, it looks like that. And it might be a little too quick. So let me go inside of that. And I'm going to add 1 frame on all of them because it seems a little too quick. So add 1 frame, add 1 frame, add another. All right. So going back to that, test it out. I think that looks decent. Yeah, what I was saying was, when you play it on your timeline, you can't actually see the animation. So what you want to do to see the animation, if you don't plan on using any effects at all on your character, then go ahead. So click your character, go to movie clip, and make it a graphic. And what a graphic does is they make it so you can actually see it when you're playing it on the timeline. But before you do that, you want to go to where it says single frame next to swap, and go to loop, because the walk animation or walk cycle is actually a loop. So now when I play it, you will see it. See? Yeah, I still think that's a little too quick, because now I think about it, it's a walking animation. So I'm going to probably add 2 more frames. See how that looks. And then let's see how it actually looks while it's moving without that little jittery animation. Okay, that looks a little decent right there. So I'm going to put all this stuff back in so I can animate this. So I'm going to have it move. Actually, I'm going to change this to after Sandbag leaves, so they're not walking at each other at the same time. So Sandbag goes back, moves that way. So now this character is going to move, and I'm going to put a frame here. I'm going to create motion tween, and I'm going to move him slightly right here, part like in the middle of the screen. All right, see how that looks. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna extend it a little longer so it takes them a little more time to do it. When you walk at a slow, nice, and steady pace. So this is what it would be like realistically. So go like that. All right, so now what you do is you click on the frame after and create a keyframe, right? and then you do the same thing that you did before. Click on the character, and then go to your movie clip, and then you swap back to whatever frame you're going to use. So for me, in this instance, I'm going to use it for his idle frame. So let's see how that actually looks when I export the movie. Okay, pretty decent. He stops, and it kind of somewhat looked jittery to me when he stopped. So let me go close up, and let me try to fix that a little bit. So I can see this well from here. So I'll try to fix this. Yeah, it looked a little jittery because it's not like aligned right. So to fix that, make sure everything is aligned, and then I'll move it back a little bit. And yeah, all right. So that should be good. And I don't know if you guys can hear my cat. My cat is just being annoying right now. But anyways, I'm gonna export it, and let's see how it goes. All right. So yeah, that looked pretty decent. All right. All right. So now that I've done that, I'm going to have him turn around. It's gonna be super unrealistic how he turns around, but let me see. This is just to show you guys the basics of movement. I'm gonna switch him around. Oh my god, I suck. I'm going to switch him around, so he's literally gonna just be like that, and I'm gonna have him walk off screen. So if I was to let that play, that would last like that, and then have him walk off screen here. All right, add another frame, and then do the walk animation again. But this time, do that. So I'm not gonna bother making it into a graphic, because the other one was just to show you guys, that you can actually do that, so you can see it while you're looking at your timeline. But yeah, I'm just gonna align this. And all right, and I'm gonna have him walk off. I'm gonna have him walk off the camera, and we'll see. Add another frame, create a motion tween, and bring him out here as much as we want, and then just make a blank keyframe right there. All right, so let's see how that looks so far. He looks like he's moving way too fast, so I'm going to extend these frames on my timeline. All right, so yeah, so I'm gonna extend these. So I'm gonna highlight these, and then I'm just gonna drag it. See how it looks. Okay, I think that took a little too long. I don't want to be that long, so bring it down a couple frames. All right, that's decent. Well, actually, a little more. Okay, like that much. See how that is? Okay, that's decent. Okay, I don't know how to make up my mind. That's how animators are. But anyways, yeah, that's good right there. So now I'm going to just show him running. So I'm gonna leave him like that, and I'm gonna show him run across the screen. So he's just gonna be like, just to show the difference in speed. So I'm gonna add another keyframe here. It's obviously gonna be blank because there's nothing there. So I'm just gonna go to my library, and usually with running frames, they they're a little, yeah, my cat's being annoying if you can hear him. But anyways, usually with running frames, I usually keep them 1 frame each, because you know when you run, you're moving fast. So yeah, once you do that, you just throw it in there. And remember, I scaled my character to 150, so I'm gonna leave him, I don't know, here. Make sure he's off screen. All right, so now he's already running. I'm gonna throw him as a graphic so you can see his run animation. Whoops, I didn't set it to loop. All right, so, oh god damn, that is quick. So I think I might put 2 frames on each. 2 frames on each, and hopefully that looks better. Okay, that looks more realistic for a run. Okay, so, and like I said before, if you do it shorter, it's gonna give the illusion that it's faster. All right, so do it from there to here, and then do a motion tween in between. So that, all right. Okay, I feel like that was a little too fast, so I'm gonna make it longer so you can actually see him run. Okay, and then probably slightly longer. Okay, so now I'm gonna export the video and see how it looks. Got Sandbag moving, turning back, and then you got Terry doing the same thing, going around, and then he runs back. Okay, and let me shorten that down a little bit. Just by 1 frame, just because I got OCD just a little bit. But yeah, so you do that, and yeah, that's pretty much the basics of how you move a character. So let's watch this one more time. Control enter. All right, everything's looking good. All right, that's cool. And yeah, as a note, when your frames over here, and they end, after they end, the animation will automatically, you know, replay by itself, as you can already tell. But yeah, that was the basics for this tutorial that I really wanted to, you know, go over. Just basic movement, and you know, importing sprites into Flash, and importing multiple sprites, and showing what you do to actually, you know, get the animation to actually play the way you want it to. So yeah, that's about it for animating poses and moving your characters for today. And in my next tutorial, I'm going to go over character interaction, sprite manipulation, and the illusion of physics. Thank you guys for watching, and if you didn't know, now you know. Till next time, peace.